Veronica, you're chasing Governor Christie. Your chase has taken a turn, I would say, to the bizarre. I'm not sure what to say about this video. What do you got?
Governor Christie appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and he came out to the song The Bridge Is Over, only to perform a spoof of the evolution of dance, which was called the evolution of dad dancing. Now, this is in honor of the fact that Governor Christie was awarded Father of the Year. It contained little bits of the governor doing all sorts of dances, from the belt grabber to the lawnmower to the "This Bridge Is Closed," where the governor swiftly walked off the stage. It did appear to be in good fun. I actually went out to get some reaction from people in the state to see what they think of it. I'm inside the Fred Astaire Dance Studio of Princeton.
Neighbors, say hi. Hello. Good, yeah.
Do you think he's a good dancer?
Oh, for sure. He lets it go.
Could he do these better?
No, because it's dad dancing. And he's... I think this is an accurate portrayal of the dad dancing.
Do you think he's pretty good?
Pretty good, yeah.
Now, you're a dad. Are these your moves?
Yeah. My kids might say, yeah.
Is it funny or is it embarrassing?
I mean, I'm not cracking up right now, but I guess a little. I mean, I'm sure somebody's cracking up right now.
Does this make you like the governor more?
Absolutely, yeah.
You want to do the chest bump with your dad?
Chest bump?
You know, and as lighthearted as all this appears to be on the surface, this certainly can raise some questions about the seriousness of Governor Christie's intentions to possibly run for a presidential office. So we have Jim McQueeney in studio via Skype.
Why not hullabaloo on The Tonight Show when you want to get away from the big hullabaloo in New Jersey? Look, if you're the governor's handlers, it's a reasonable plan to sort of move out with whatever shards of a chance you have to run for the presidential primary, to go out there and say, business as usual.
I think he looks like a complete fool doing this. And I wonder, my question is not necessarily motivation, but is this what we should be expecting from our presidential timber?
Look, we've criticized the governor for a lot and what he's done, and a lot yet to appear, by the way.
Jim, don't you think, I mean, the comparison, I mean, Bill Clinton, for all his faults, the guy was a pretty good musician. I mean, he went on, he played the saxophone, it was entertaining, it was interesting. You know, this is just a guy jumping around on stage.
You're right, Bill Clinton brought some talent to the stage, but he really changed the image of what a president should be, which was cool, right? Relatable and likable. And now you see Barack Obama going on Between Two Ferns, you know, appealing to younger people. This is clearly the governor's intention to start creating that image. When he goes out and he speaks on the road, he is serious, he is focused, and he is on point. He's showing that he's got some balance and that he can have some fun.
Look, no hullabalooing to Iowa is going to occur if these two things materialize. U.S. Attorney investigation and indictments, and the new thing that just came up this week, the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, is now asking the Port Authority to provide documents about using the Port Authority money and influence to do that to repair the Pulaski Skyway. This is serious stuff.
I'd like to think the younger voters out there are going to respond a little more to issues than pandering with a goofy dance on television. Jessica, you're chasing the story of just chaos and carnage on the Jersey highways this week. What do you got?
It's been a whole week of crazy traffic. Today, this time, it was an accident at exit 14C, so there was massive backup on the Holland Tunnel. But yesterday, it was the two trucks colliding on the top level of the George Washington Bridge, so there's been 2 fatalities in a row. It was all kicking off with Tracy Morgan and his car accident on the New Jersey Turnpike last Saturday. Now, I have a statement from his publicist. They say he's doing well and his doctors are optimistic about his recovery, but there's also some controversy about the scene of the accident. TMZ has this exclusive video someone shot on the ground at the scene of the accident. There's been some controversy with the daughter, Artie Fuqua. She took to social media to start a campaign asking if the video could be taken off of TMZ's site. There's an unconscious body being pulled out of the Mercedes limousine and moved to the ambulance from a stretcher. Now, Louis C.K. and other celebrities like Judd Apatow, they've also taken to Twitter asking TMZ to take down the video, or maybe that you just don't watch it if it's up there. But TMZ has not taken down the video, and it's been definitely a wild week of traffic on the New Jersey Turnpike and all across New Jersey.
It's been a wild week. Even today, as I was driving, I got stuck in traffic, so I thought, oh my gosh, and turns out there was another accident on the George Washington Bridge. Yeah, it's been a hellish week for commuters.
I honestly don't think it's been that bad a week. We're only paying attention to it because Tracy Morgan got hurt. If you Google truck crash turnpike, you could get one for practically every week this year.
What do you think of TMZ not taking the video down?
What, you were expecting TMZ to take the video down? They're not taking the video down. It's exclusive video. It's TMZ. It's silly to even ask.
Television is a business.
Let's not be hypocrites, right?
Also, full moon Friday the 13th. Satan was just pictured running up the turnpike by Hamilton, and the world ends Sunday in Perth Amboy.
High-speed chase. Ronica, start us off.
Well, on my drive to work today, I actually had to turn the car around because I couldn't believe what I saw walking down the street. I don't know what you call it, but I don't know if it was a dog, a wolf, but it certainly caught my attention. More than anything, as unexpected as it is, I certainly hope this little animal has a place or home to go home to because it looked lost.
Can I see it?
Yeah,
Just
what is
look at
it?
that.
And
I don't know.
If it has an owner, certainly let us know.
Flags across the state are flying at half-mast today. Governor Christie ordered them that way in honor of fallen Union Beach firefighter Robert Hawk Meyer. He died at the scene of a blaze in Union Beach, died of a heart attack afterwards. So mourning his loss today.
I'm here in Bryant Park. I'm with Chris Page, who is the founder of Army Week. Now, it's wrapping up, but it's wrapping up on a special day. It's the Army's 239th birthday. The USO was here, as well as General Odierno, who's a 4-star general from the great state of New Jersey. Now, tell me some exciting things that happened.
It was a fantastic week. 5K run to kick it off, helping out with some homeless veterans around the area, and then culminating in a great gala. Fantastic week all around.
I was able to speak with the commander of Fort Hamilton, and he said there's a lot of guys from our area who are still overseas, and they need all the support they can get. So we thank you for your service and your family as well for your sacrifice. Go Army.
Stay strong.
Sabila, you pitched a story about a woman who got pregnant and lost her job. What do you got?
Yes, Brittany Poveromo is suing her former employer, the Hohokus Inn and Tavern, for allegedly firing her for being pregnant. So I chased this to Hackensack to her attorney's office, where I met with Brittany and her son, who just turned 5 months old, Jack.
He wants to eat your microphone. He's a good boy. I love him.
You're on TV, Jack. Smile.
He's a very happy baby.
But I asked Brittany, did they fire you for being pregnant?
As far as I'm concerned, yes.
Brittany's lawyer, Diane, says that the restaurant where Brittany used to work was wrong.
According to New Jersey law, you can't do that. You can't fire someone for being pregnant. And on top of that, New Jersey law requires you to make reasonable accommodations if the person asks for that.
She also said that she had some challenges in her pregnancy. She had 2 hospital visits within the same week.
I had bleeding. So any pregnant woman would, of course, rush to the hospital immediately. The first time I was bleeding, I rushed right to the hospital down the street. And then after I was put on bed rest for a couple days, but then I was cleared to go back to work, and, I gave them that doctor's note. Right. And then a couple days later, unfortunately, while on the job, I started bleeding again. And I was just so upset about it because I had a feeling that something was going to happen.
I spoke to the co-owner of the restaurant, Gordon Ham, over the phone, and he told me that he had not received the lawsuit yet. Their concern was for Brittany's health. She had been to the hospital twice in a week, and they just wanted to make sure she was healthy enough to continue her job. They told her that in order to return, she had to give them a doctor's letter saying that she was healthy and would be fine working in the restaurant. I asked Brittany about that, and she said that she did have that letter, but she didn't give it to the restaurant because they fired her before she had a chance to. After this happened, with the lawyers of the restaurant and Brittany's lawyer being involved in all this, the restaurant ended up offering Brittany a job.
But Brittany says they weren't offering her her job back. They were offering her a job as a bartender when she had been an assistant general manager. So it was not the same job they were offering.
You know, it's interesting that you're able to present both sides of that. I think there's definitely a gray area. My first question is, how do you define reasonable accommodations? And, you know, what does that even mean? I mean, were they at any time claiming she was unable to perform the job? Or were they worried, you know, in this litigious society that if she got hurt or she collapsed while she was working, that they would somehow be responsible and liable? I wonder.
Absolutely. I mean, her attorney is saying that she was healthy, but then again, she did have those 2 hospital visits within a week for bleeding.
This is clearly a he said, she said situation, and we can't necessarily judge who's right and wrong here, what exactly happened, until all of the facts come out. Also, under the bill that Christie signed, they do say that they have recommendations for reasonable accommodations. Bathroom breaks, breaks for increased water intake, periodic rest, assistance with manual labor, job restructuring or modified work schedules, and temporary transfers to less strenuous or hazardous work.
And, you know, when I spoke to the owner, he said that Brittany's not the first woman to get pregnant at his restaurant. It's a small family-owned restaurant, and they have other employees who have gotten pregnant, and some return to work, and some didn't.
You may have heard the story of Ethan Chaplin. He's the young man who was suspended from school for twirling a pencil. Another student said that the pencil appeared symbolic of a gun.
He was sitting in math class just twirling the pencil. Yes, this is the actual pencil, yeah.
Which car company is #1 in customer loyalty? Hyundai. And which car has more horsepower and more front legroom? The Elantra. The others are simply playing catch-up. The satisfaction of the Elantra. The power of America's best warranty. Right now, lease a new 2014 Elantra for just $149 a month, or get up to $2,000 total savings. Get to your local Hyundai dealer today, because this offer ends June 30th.
TV's come a long way. From color to the remote to flat screens. Now it's taking a quantum leap. Introducing Fios Quantum TV. Record up to 12 shows at the same time, so everyone can watch what they want. Store up to 200 hours of entertainment in HD, so you can binge watch your favorite shows. Pause, rewind, and play live TV on all your TVs. Plus, watch live TV anytime with the Fios mobile app. Redefining what TV can be? That's powerful.
Upgrade to a Fios Triple Play with Fios Quantum TV and get $300 back with a 2-year agreement. Plus an extra bonus from Verizon Wireless. This free LG tablet or up to $200 off any tablet from Verizon. Go to FiosQuantumTV.com today.
Up here in Vernon Township, you may have heard the story of 13-year-old Ethan Chaplin. He's the young man who was suspended from school for twirling a pencil. Another student said that the pencil appeared threatening, was symbolic of a gun, and ultimately told the teachers.
He was sitting in math class just twirling the pencil. Yes, this is the actual pencil, yeah.
Ethan was suspended. He was ordered to undergo psychological evaluation, even though his father pushed back.
Then the conversations with DCPP became threatening, where they would get a court order, where they would seize custody. And I said, not over a pencil, you're not.
When he finally allowed it to happen and Ethan came back absolutely clear of all charges, he thought this issue was over.
Well, first they stripped him. They put him in a bed, took everything away from him, including his phone. About an hour later, they took urine. And then about 45 minutes later, they took blood in which he passed out. And they released him.
So after Ethan completed the battery of tests, his father, Michael Chaplin, told me that he was a little bit upset that his son was being put through this. So while they were leaving the hospital, Michael and one of the state workers from Protective Services exchanged words.
As the DCPP worker left, he and I went outside and we exchanged words. Not violent, but not pleasant words. Sure. And within 48 hours, DCPP had filed a motion in court for care and supervision of Ethan and my other child, outlining steps or a process by which I have to follow, or then they will seize Ethan and place him up for adoption.
Now, in fairness to all involved, Michael Chaplin and Ethan's mother do not appear to have a good relationship. So the state is caught up on some back and forth, he said, she said. But based on the documentation that we saw, doctor's notes and notes from the school, there doesn't appear to be a lot of evidence that Ethan is in any danger. And it begs the question as to why a twirling pencil and a so-called gun symbolism has led to this nasty battle. I reached out to Child Protective Services and told me that by law they can't speak specifically to any cases, but generally speaking, simply twirling a pencil would not be enough to initiate their involvement.
I'm chasing the ACLU, who won a major battle here in New Jersey against school districts who require parents to show a government-issued photo ID when registering their children for school. This policy was in place to ensure that parents aren't taking their kids from another district, trying to get into a better district. The ACLU stated that this discriminates against immigrant families because this type of identification can only be obtained by a person with lawful immigration status. Now, I chased this to Perth Amboy, where I met with a group of undocumented residents. They welcomed me in, they went through the Perth Amboy school system, and they're now pursuing higher education. Gail Kesselman with the Citizens for Immigration Control says the ACLU is a powerful and ideological organization that seeks to promote a number of agendas, including the agenda of open borders.
Why should we pay taxes to support children who come from other towns, other states, other countries even? You know, there's an influx, there's a flood of illegal immigrants.
And when I spoke to the undocumented residents, they said, you know, they came to America, their parents brought them here at an early age because they wanted to pursue the American dream, and it starts with education. Now, state and federal laws forbid school districts from excluding children based on their or their parents' immigration status, so that is the law. In studio, we have Morris County freeholder Tom Mastrangelo, who has dealt with an immigration controversy in Morris County.
So do you think this is an undue burden now on the taxpayers?
It's definitely an undue burden. The districts that are accepting those undocumented from another district, that's a tax burden onto the taxpayer.
You got to be kidding me. A
Right.
burden on taxpayers. We're a nation of immigrants, and you can't fault a parent for wanting their child to have a better education wherever that is.
We're a nation of people who came here illegally and followed the process of steps that do exist
I'm
today.
sorry, Veronica. There's a whole citizenship process for people who are in this
I
country who want to
understand
become
that.
citizens.
Sabine, I'm completely aware of that. And while our immigration laws may need to change, the process exists. You need to go through it.
The problem starts at our borders. You see what's going on in Texas right now and some of the other states with children coming up from Central America, coming from Mexico, and they're being planted here. And we've got to take on that burden.
Is the ACLU just selectively choosing the laws they want to see enforced? Pay no mind to the border and any control, and and protecting the idea of citizenship and a legitimate legal process. But when we get into the neighborhood, well, now we've got to follow the law. Do you see it that way?
Yeah, I do see it that way, Bill. And I think the ACLU is taking advantage of the taxpayer.
Rohan is a part of our Team Chaser coverage of the Special Olympics right around the corner, starting on June 14th. You brought in a guest. What do you got?
So last week, I brought you 3 local businesses that donated their time and energy to create a huge welcome center at the Ronson Hangar at Trenton Mercer Airport. I went back there today. It was like night and day. Over 5,000 balloons were blown up in these huge structures. There's all 16 of the hand-painted murals were hung. There's volunteers at work, over 4,500 volunteer hours. It was an amazing thing to see. Actually, Citation and Beechcraft airplane owners have donated their planes and their pilots and fuel to fly in over 700 athletes into the Trenton Mercer Airport, all on their own dime. It was a great thing to see. With us, we have our very special guest, Mark Edenson. He's the president of the Special Olympics New Jersey. What do we have to expect now?
It's absolutely remarkable what's taking place at all the moving parts that are going on. But Mercer County Park is being constructed, all of the competition venues at the colleges, our special event, Olympic Town, is being built as we speak. They're preparing to welcome all of those athletes that are going to be arriving tomorrow.
Who's going to speak there? I know Eric LeGrand is going to be there.
Coach Kyle Flood's going to be welcoming all of our athletes. We have representatives from Fox. We have Eric LeGrand that's going to be there. And then we as a team are going to go up and support Eric's charity. He has his fundraising walk, and we've made a contribution. And our whole team will go up and help with that send-off before we get on the buses and we head out to the college.
So what's the mood like of the organizers, the athletes? I mean, you got to be on the edge of your seat right now.
There's excitement. There's a lot of excitement. I think there's excitement from those that are working on organizing the games. There's a lot of excitement from all of the families and the athletes.
There are signs all up and down Route 1 and 95 just alerting people the Special Olympics are coming. Be aware of traffic. How many people are you expecting?
We could see between 50 to 60,000 people in this region over the next couple of weeks, so we're real excited about it. And, the fact of the matter is that not only are we bringing people in from outside of the state, but people from throughout the state will be coming to this region.
That's great. Rohan, we're going to have everything on Facebook.
Absolutely. The opening ceremonies are Sunday night at the Prudential Center. We're excited to be there.
Outstanding. Mark, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. You're doing a great job.
Coming up in today's search engine, what you missed on the Inner Pipes. Hicks 11 welcomes reruns of the Jeffersons to their broadcast. But really, like this, and one man comes face to face with a great white shark. You'll see what happens in today's search engine when Chasing New Jersey returns.
Our homemade ice cream recipe calls for just a handful of natural ingredients, like extra cream, because at Turkey Hill, simple is best. All natural ice cream from Turkey Hill. Extra simple, extra good.
Nissan brings the excitement with you, wherever you go. Choose your new Nissan today. Lease Altima just $189 per month. Or lease Sentra only $149 per month. Innovation that excites. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
This is the barbecue that Steve threw. These are the legendary ribs that were served at the barbecue that Steve threw. This is the bond that was inspired by the ribs that were served at the barbecue that Steve threw. This is the store that offered the savings that, well, you know. Stop and Shop. This week, get Stop and Shop boneless, skinless chicken breast value packs for $1.99 a pound. And 1-pint packages of fresh blueberries, 2 for $4.
Our homemade ice cream recipe calls for just a handful of natural ingredients, like extra cream, because at Turkey Hill, simple is best. All natural ice cream from Turkey Hill. Extra simple, extra good.
I'm Nick Gregory. This is the Weather App.
It's been a warm and more humid day and a stormy end of the day with big thunderstorms rolling through parts of the area, particularly North Jersey. Earlier rain in the morning and then some breaks of sun. Got temperatures in the low 80s across much of North Jersey. Caldwell to Newark, 79. New York City, White Plains to Islip, mid and upper 70s. Still a couple more showers and thunderstorms overnight. Earlier, West Point at 75, but low 80s. Stanhope to Bayonne. Central New Jersey also seeing some strong storms. Made it to the middle 80s. Trenton to Lakewood to Somerville. And then South Jersey also pushing mid 80s. Camden to Beach Haven. A little lower at Seaside at 81. So a flash flood watch continues for much of the area till about midnight, and we'll be watching again in a couple more showers and an isolated stronger thunderstorm to roll through. Storm still heading up towards Canada, and again we're just about to have this warm front off to the north of the area, but eventually we're waiting for this cold front to slide on through, which it will, and that will bring an end to all the thunderstorm activity that's along the eastern seaboard. And then eventually high pressure is going to build in from the west. That's going to be a great weekend forecast ahead. Look at your futurecast. Showers and storms end overnight. Lots of sun, a little breezy tomorrow. We climb back into the upper 70s, and then a great Father's Day, bright and sunny, warm and comfortable, low humidity into the lower 80s, and we'll hold on to that nice weather into Monday. All right, if you're heading to the Jersey Shore, 79 tomorrow with a northwest breeze. Sunday, sunshine, 78. So wear the sunscreen. Long Island beaches, middle 70s tomorrow. Could be a shower in the east end in the morning. Then lots of sun. Sunday, 79 and sunny. Connecticut beaches, 78 tomorrow, 79 on Sunday. Again, Sunday featuring nothing but sunshine. Boaters northwest winds tomorrow, 10 to 20 knots, 4 to 5 foot seas. Moderate risk for rip currents. UVI an 8 tomorrow. 60s tonight with showers and storms coming to an end tomorrow. Again, it's lots of sunshine, a gusty breeze at times into the upper upper 70s, and it will keep lower 80s Sunday and Monday. Afternoon scattered shower and storm Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, mid 80s. Nice Friday. I'm Nick Gregory for My 9.
The NCAA really makes me sick. Quite frankly, big-time college sports makes me sick. Makes me feel like I'm dealing with unsavory characters in a dirty business. And this past week supplied more examples. Basketball star Rashad McCamps, a member of the North Carolina National Championship team in 2005, claimed that tutors wrote his term papers, that he barely went to class, and when he did go, he took bogus classes. McCamps says he wasn't the only one and says that North Carolina head coach Roy Williams knew all about it. Williams has denied the allegations. Believe who you want to believe. Then we have Kentucky head coach John Calipari gets a new 7-year contract worth $52.5 million. The same John Calipari who left two schools, UMass and Memphis, holding the bag with NCAA violations while he went and took better jobs. And just this past Monday, the NCAA announced it's going to pay $20 million to former football and basketball players who had their images and likeness used in video games. I ask you, do you really think the NCAA is coughing up that kind of dough out of sheer generosity? I think not. What I do think is the NCAA is big-time scared. Scared that players are realizing there's a whole lot more of that dough that should be coming to them. Like I said, NCAA, big-time college sports, sleazy business.
Here's what your search engine found today. The 80s TV show The Jeffersons is coming to Pix 11, so the crew of Pix 11 went to their vault of video to show the time they spoofed the show. But who in their right mind thought this was the best way to welcome the show to your channel? I mean, you look ridiculous and insulting. And check this out. Ever face fear in the face? This guy did when he jumped in the Sydney Harbor, only to come face to face with a great white. And he's one lucky dude with one awesome tale to tell. And that's what the search engine found today.
Russell Oakes has been shooting guns on his Kingwood property. Now the town wants him to stop. Cease fire or pull the trigger.
Hurry to your local Tri-Honda dealer for great deals on the 2014 models.
People around here have the highest IQs in the country. Well, the Honda Accord is pretty smart too, with available lane watch that actually lets you see your blind spot. Or the Civic with the iMid system that lets you play DJ on Pandora. And the CR-V with the Econ button, because gas ain't exactly cheap these days. Putting smart people inside the smartest vehicles on the road, now that's street smart. Check out this great lease offer on a Honda CR-V today. Try Honda dealers, not just smart, street smart.
Find gifts for Dad under $50 at Men's Warehouse. With designer denim only $49.99. Non-iron dress shirts and shorts $29.99. Buy one tie, get two free. T-shirts $19.99. And buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Get Dad the perfect gift at Men's Warehouse.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. And if I tap my Geico app here, I can pay my bill. Tap it here, digital insurance ID card. And tap it here, boom, roadside assistance.
Okay, Oakley. It's Axwell May. Die ik pay.
Odely.
Take an extra pay.
Own pay. Really? Pig Latin.
Geico. Anywhere, anytime. Just an app pay away on the Geico app.
If you want a German-engineered compact sedan that's fun, fuel-efficient, and affordable, there's only the Volkswagen Jetta. Like this one, 36 Highway MPG. Well, except the 42 Highway MPG Jetta TDI Clean Diesel. Oh, right, and the 48 Highway MPG Jetta Hybrid. And if you want all that variety in another compact sedan, there's... nothing.
Right now, get a great deal on all Jetta models like the 2014 Jetta S for $159 a month.
Real life, The Fault in Our Stars. Meet a young couple who lived the story. Next into the edition.
Tonight at 10:30, following Chasing New Jersey on My 9.
Cliffhanger.
Get calm, okay?
The terrified teen hanging on for dear life. So who does she call? Mom from 1,500 miles away. Then, bad taste? Donald Trump on the attack. Over this sign.
It's a very high quality, very beautiful sign.
Plus, was he a stalker? Did the POW's father stalk these beautiful twin sisters?
The shocking allegations on the same day the POW arrives in America.
And J-Lo's World Cup malfunction. It won't go up all the